Yes, my dear students, in first unit I will discuss about the basic concept of mobile computing. The second unit belongs to the different types of mobile ad hoc networks and their design issues. Out of this, the first topic is belongs to ad hoc wireless networks and also ad hoc wireless internet. Like previous unit, we will discuss about mobile computing with respect to the four different types of standards and wireless internet with respect to the wireless networks. But in this chapter, we will discuss about what is meant by ad hoc wireless networks, what is meant by ad hoc wireless internet. The first one is ad hoc wireless internet, that is ad hoc wireless networks. The principle behind this ad hoc wireless network is multi-hop. What is the meaning of multi-hop? So multi-hop means multiple devices can communicate information between one device to the another device. This every intermediate node or intermediate hop that can be called as nodes or mobile nodes. In multiple home networks, the communication done between the two n nodes, which is carried out through number of intermediate nodes. Each and every intermediate node can perform some different operations. The below figure shows how the different types of multiple nodes can be connected one over the another. Here the 0 is response to source and 7 response to destination. Between the source and destination, they may contain some different types of intermediate nodes. In the past years, this type of multiple hop networks can make different operations for sending the information either in general mobile or maybe in communication media. One of the best example of this type of ad hoc networks is Bluetooth standard. So already we have discussed in the Bluetooth technologies in the previous unit where it is developed by Bluetooth special interest group. But such type of Bluetooth can be a work from point to point work only. They cannot be work in geographical region or they cannot be worked in through satellite. A scatter net formed by multiple access points, that is piconets, can be established a multi-hop wireless network. Similarly, in the case of IEEE 802.11 that is developed by the US based company, but they cannot work for the multiple hop networks. To provide the drawbacks of this Bluetooth as well as IEEE 802.11, an Internet Engineering Task Force IATF is going to develop some different types of technologies. The type of technologies can be called as ad hoc wireless internet. So where such type of ad hoc networks can be transferred their data through multi-hop cellular networks. We can call it as MCNS, multiple or multi-hop cellular networks. Based on this, the entire networks may be of three different types. One is cellular wireless networks, another one is wireless sensor networks, third one is mesh networks. Whereas in the case of cellular wireless networks, the data can be transferred between one mobile to the another mobile with respect to wireless media. Then we can call it as radios. Whereas in the case of wireless sensor networks, the data can be transferred between the source to the destination, where the type of network can be of infrastructure-less network. There is no proper structure for that wireless sensor networks. Both the combination of the cellular and wireless networks can be called as hybrid wireless networks. One of the best example for the hybrid wireless network is wireless mesh networks. So these are the three different types of networks are available with respect to the wireless. So these are the various differences between cellular and ad hoc wireless networks. It may be with respect to fixed infrastructure, bandwidth, routing, circuit switch, connectivity, cost and the time of deployment, reuse operation, and easier to employ bandwidth reservation. So based on this, some of the advantages may be available with cellular network, some of the advantages available with the ad hoc network. This table shows the various differences between these two different types of networks. So this also table shows some more differences between the cellular and ad hoc wireless networks with respect to the application, network maintenance, then how to define major routing goals. These are some more comparisons between cellular and ad hoc networks. So where this type of ad hoc wireless networks can be used? That is, everybody knows that this type of ad hoc wireless networks can be used where it is not possible to provide the wire. One of the best examples is military applications, where they can communicate their information in battlefield. Battlefield means where it is not possible to provide the network through a wire. Then this type of network can also be useful for distributed computing, where you can communicate the information between the server to the various different types of clients. Next, this can also be useful in emergency operations. So where emergency operations like rescue and crowd control operations can be done. These are the various applications of ad hoc wireless networks. Coming to the mesh network, it can be work based on either cellular or make me ad hoc networks, where we can make the connection or reconfiguration around the block to path by hopping from node to node until a connection can be established. So these are the differences between wireless mesh networks. Nowadays, most of the that is metropolitan cities in the world, they are going to make this type of wireless network for the entire city. The type of network can communicate the information between the entire city. If anything has happened within a city, immediately that will be transferred to the government, they will take the immediate action. That is one of the most advantages of these wireless mesh networks. So this type of network may be useful in residential zones, within a particular area, highways, business zones, where important civilian or important peoples are going to living in particular areas, and also in university campuses. Now coming to this wireless networks, they are also having some different types of advantages when comparing with both cellular as well as wireless networks. So they are having high data rate, quick and low cost deployment. There is having high scalability, easy extendability, high availability, low cost, high availability, low cost per bit. For transferring the per bit of information, you have to find out the low cost. This type of wireless mesh network can operate between 2.4 GHz to 5 GHz speed. The data transfer rate will be 2 Mbps to 60 Mbps can be supported. Suppose in our mobile devices or our laptop, we can work with from beginning 512 Mbps to kbps to some 5 Mbps or 10 Mbps or 30 Mbps. So, but this type of wireless mesh network can be work from 2 Mbps to 60 Mbps. Next one is wireless sensor networks. So can based on the previous advantages, a sensor network is a collection of large number of sensor devices, or can call it as mobile devices or radios that are deployed in a particular region. Based on this, the wireless sensor networks may having some different types of properties. That is, all the mobile nodes are not needed in all cases in wireless sensor networks. When there is no need of that particular intermediate node, so automatically that intermediate node mobile device can be disabled. If the size of the network is larger than the optical network, we can reduce the network. The density of the nodes in a network varies with the domain of the application. The power constraints in sensor networks are much significant than those in ad hoc wireless networks. These are some more properties of wireless sensor networks. They may be replaceable power resources, non-replaceable power sources, regenerative power. Like previously we discussed about this hybrid wireless networks. So what are the advantages of this wireless hybrid networks? One of the basic example is mesh network. Next one is one of the important one. What are the basic issues in ad hoc wireless networks? Whenever you have to work with any wireless, that is ad hoc wireless network, so these are the different types of issues may be encountered. One is medium access scheme, routing, multicasting, transport layer protocol, pricing scheme, quality of service, self-organization, security, energy management, addressing and service discovery, scalability, and deployment consideration. So these are the different types of issues with respect to ad hoc wireless networks. So we'll discuss each and every issues in detail with respect to the ad hoc wireless networks. The first one is medium access. The medium access scheme nothing but the media where you have to transfer the data. The total media access may be required distribution operation because the data can be distributed from a source to the different types of clients. Each and every system that can be synchronized, that is with respect to TDME application, each and every system must and should be synchronized. That is TDME means one type of system where you have to work with multiple applications. Then hidden terminals. So hidden terminals are nodes to hide from the sender. So whenever the sender has to send the data, some of the hidden terminals or some of the nodes may be becomes hidden. Then exposed terminals or exposed nodes preventing a sender from the sending. Throughput means the output needs to be maximized. The access delay must be minimized. That is the time to take between the source to destination should be minimized. Fairness refer to an equal share to all the competing nodes. That indicates that it provides equal share from the source to all the destination. A resource reservation is required for the quality of service. Ability to measure resource availability to handle all the resources. So these are the various points with respect to the medium access scheme. With respect to the routing, so routing means it is a communication media to transfer the data between one device to the another device. There are different ways or different technologies available for providing such type of routing. So based on this routing, it may be of different properties like mobility. So mobility means moving. While moving the devices, they require some bandwidth. So whenever it is the bandwidth is required, the bandwidth and mobility may be different between the location. So where you can use this as type of nodes, and also other resources like computing power and battery power. So whenever you can use thousands of nodes, if any thousands of nodes may contains the power, if any power failures, automatically the power nodes may be disabled. Again we got to enable all the mobility nodes. Then if any one of the mobility is failure, immediately it should be reconfigured. At the same time the routing must be loop free routing. So loop free means it is infrastructure networks. If the data transferred from one node to the second node, or maybe 12527 or 1225 or something, it is loop free routing. It is a distributed routing approach. It provides the quality of service. At the same time, we have to provide the security and provide the privacy, not to hack any hackers in between transferring the data between the source to the destination. The next one is this type of ad hoc wireless sensor networks can also provide multiple links among the nodes in ad hoc networks. The issues in multicasting route protocols belongs to robustness, efficiency, control overhead, quality of service, efficient group management, scalability, and security. Based on this, we have to define an ad hoc wireless network. These are the various goals. The same goals may be also available with respect to the transport layer, that is set up and maintaining end-to-end connection, and also we have to provide end-to-end delivery of data packets, flow control, and congestion control. With respect to the quality of service, this type of ad hoc wireless networks provides quality of service parameters in different applications, and also this quality of service may be different for the different types of routing technologies. Then with respect to the security, the security may be with respect to denial of service, that is some of the hackers may enter into the network, they can destroy the network. Resource consumption, the resource consumption can be done with respect to energy depletion and buffer overflow, on host impersonation, information disclosure, and interference. All these three different types of elements can be done with respect to the host. Next one is energy management. With respect to the energy management, there are different types of technologies are available while transferring the data between one node to another node. Either it may be through in the form of RF, that is radio frequencies, or in the form of wireless network devices. Everything that should be worked through a battery. Each and every device can be worked through a power. Everything that can be managed by the processor, that is energy management. Next one is deployment consideration. The deployment consideration either belongs to, it should be a low cost deployment, it may be incremental deployment, short deployment, or reconfigurability. Next, the scenario of deployment. The scenario of deployment can be worked under the consideration of military deployment. It may be useful in emergency operations, or it may be worked in commercially wide area deployment, and also can be worked under home network deployment. Next one is gateways. So gateway is nothing but the nodes, or can call as mediators between one network to the another network. So this type of gateways can be useful for transferring the data between one provider to the another provider. Suppose when you are working with a BSNL, then you can make a call to Airtel. Then there is a mediator required between BSNL provider to the Airtel provider. That can be called as a gateway. Next one is address mobility. Each and everybody or each and every device that can be identified with a mobile IP. That is solutions such as mobile IP can be used. Then routing. So routing nothing but the routing to transfer the data. Then transport layer protocol. This can be worked for both the wired as well as wireless. Then pricing and billing. So pricing and billing, it is one of the important to introduce pricing and billing strategies for the ad hoc wireless internet. It provides the security because it is essential to include security mechanisms in the ad hoc wireless internet. Then quality of support. So quality of service with respect to voice over IP. Then services, addresses and location discovery. That is service discovery means refer to the activity of discovering or identifying the party which provides a particular service or resource. Address discovery. Address discovery refers to the services such as address resolution protocol and domain name services.